All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive with me and,
With me as well.
yes, of course, you too.
Back again.
Back again. You know what we always say,
Always a pleasure.
always a pleasure
Absolutely.
to be deep diving with you all
Into the abyss.
into the abyss, into these sources that,
Sometimes a little strange, sometimes a little...
yeah, sometimes we don't know what we're going to find
Absolutely.
when we get into it.
Right.
And this one is a bit unique, I think it's safe to say.
I think that's putting it mildly.
Yeah, because, it's just a single page.
Just one page.
One single page.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
A tiny little fragment.
But it's in French.
Oui.
It's a good one, though.
It's a good one. It's titled
Le méfait.
Le méfait,
The misdeeds.
the misdeeds. And it's described as a note in excess, which basically means...
Overflowing with something.
Yeah, like there's a lot of emotion packed into this one page.
Intensity, you can feel it. Yeah, and to add even another layer,
To the cake.
to the cake, to this whole thing, the subtitle even mentions this word forfait, which
Right.
basically means
A crime.
crime, wrongdoing.
Wrongdoing, malfeasance.
So we know that we're dealing with
We're dealing with some shady business.
some shady business, some
Skullduggery.
skullduggery. So get your detective hats ready.
I got mine right here.
I got mine right here, because we're going to dive into what feels like, a fragment of a larger story.
It's like a little piece, a little breadcrumb.
A breadcrumb, yeah. And it's up to us to try and piece together what this whole misdeed thing is all about.
I love a good mystery.
I love a good mystery. So first things first, I'm going to read the text
All right, lay it on me.
because it's short, but it packs a punch.
I'm ready.
And don't worry, we'll go through the translation together.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay, here we go. Le méfait, not en excès, avec un souvent de forfait, que le poids du méfait, le meurtre complet, c'est parfait, quoi qu'on vous ait fait.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right.
I like that.
Even without understanding French, you can just feel the weight of those words.
Yeah, there's a heaviness to it.
Yeah, okay, so basically it translates to this. The misdeed, note in excess, with a frequent crime, that the weight of the misdeed, the complete murder, it's perfect, whatever they have done to you. So there's a lot to unpack here.
A lot to unpack.
But what immediately strikes me is that incomplete sentence, that the weight of the misdeed blank the complete murder.
Yeah.
We see this word it's bracketed above, possibly meant to fill the gap.
Like a little editor's note.
Like an editor's note.
Uh-huh.
What do you think is going on here?
Well, I think it's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the author is grappling with this relationship between a misdeed and murder. Like,
Right.
Is the murder a direct result of this misdeed?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a justification? Like, almost like they're searching for that perfect word to describe this disturbing connection.
Right, and then
Perfect. Like,
chilling.
that's chilling. It really is.
Yeah, this reminds me of how philosophers have debated
Oh, yeah.
this whole concept of crime and punishment for centuries.
For centuries.
Like, is there ever true justification
right. Yeah.
for taking a life?
It's the ultimate question, isn't it?
It really is.
What's so interesting, too, is how the French language
Yes.
adds to the mystery here, I think.
Tell me more.
It's not just the words themselves, right? But the rhythm,
Uh-huh.
the almost poetic tone
Right.
that creates this sense of unease.
It's like there's something lurking.
Totally lurking beneath the surface.
The surface, yeah. And speaking of lurking,
Oh.
we have that last line, whatever they have done to you.
Oh, yeah.
It feels so disconnected
It does.
from the rest.
Yeah.
Is this a threat? Is this a justification?
Mhm.
What do you make of this?
It really throws a wrench
It does.
into our understanding, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If we look at it in isolation,
Uh-huh.
it could be seen as a call for revenge. Like, no matter what wrong was committed against you, it warrants a response.
But wouldn't that contradict that earlier idea that the murder is the perfect outcome
Oh, interesting.
of the misdeed?
Yeah.
It's almost like the author is presenting,
Two sides of the same coin.
yes, two conflicting viewpoints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've hit on something really crucial here.
Uh-huh.
This text isn't just about a specific misdeed
Right.
or even the act of murder itself.
Right.
It's about the internal struggle,
Oh.
the moral dilemma
Right.
of guilt, justification, and consequence.
Mhm.
We see the author wrestling with these ideas, almost arguing with themselves on
Yeah.
the page.
So what does this all mean?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is a big question.
for us as readers, or in this case, listeners,
Right.
are we supposed to sympathize with this potential murderer?
Right.
Condemn them?
What are we supposed to do?
That's the brilliance of this piece, I think.
Okay.
It doesn't offer any easy answers. Instead, it forces us to confront the complexities of morality.
Mhm.
We're left to ponder, what is the nature of this misdeed?
Uh-huh.
Is there ever a perfect response
Right.
to a wrong?
Ooh.
And most importantly, who is this you
Oh.
that the author addresses?
Right.
Are they speaking to a specific person, to themselves,
Right.
or perhaps even to us, the audience?
Mind blown.
Right.
This single page has opened up a whole
Philosophical can of worms.
philosophical can of worms.
We might not have all the answers,
Yeah.
but we've got plenty to think about.
We definitely have a lot to think about.
Absolutely.
So what do you all think?
What do you think out there?
What's your interpretation of Le Méfait? Hit us up on social media. We would love to hear your theories.
All your thoughts.
And as always, thanks for taking this deep dive with us. Until next time, keep exploring.
Well, keep questioning
Keep questioning.
and keep those detective hats handy.
Yes.
You never know when you're going to need them.
Never know. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Au revoir, au revoir.
Au revoir, au revoir.